Hello, my name is Martin and welcome to this second video that is taking a look at Revelation's RevDotNet quick start guide. This is actually going to be the third out of the three sections, and we're going to be looking at the .NET calendar control. Now, while I've been following the quick start guide, this is where I'm going to deviate slightly, because rather than going into the form first and creating the calendar control form that we're seeing on the screen here, what I want to do is to go into the System Editor++, and we'll have a look at the commuter module that's been created for use behind the scenes. Now, I'm not a coder, so I'm going to go through this relatively quickly. The module that I'm looking at here is slightly different to the one that ships with 9.1, but pretty much everything is there, and you'll be able to look at that offline yourselves. So the first thing we need to do is to create our module, and we need to add our $insert RevDotNet equates. We then need to go on and we need to declare a named common to hold the handles to the RevDotNet objects, some helper functions, and some equates to make our code easier to understand. Once we've done that, we then need to go on and create the create event for the form and initialize the RevDotNet interface itself. In here, note the use of check.net. This is a utility routine, and this function returns the directory where the .NET assemblies are stored for the specified version of .NET. Now that the path to the .NET assemblies has been set, we can create an instance of the calendar object. This is done here. Note the use of the get_status function to determine if any errors occurred during the RevDotNet API call. Also note that no visible flag is passed. Create_class.net will assume that .NET objects created using the RevDotNet OCX are visible, while those created using the dynamic object are not. Once the object is created, you can determine additional details about it using the get_info.net API call. You can indicate which events you wish to handle in your commuter module, and you can start to manipulate the object with set_property.net, get_property.net, and send_message.net. So here we're getting some information about the specific control. We set up the events that we care about, and we can change some properties and methods. Note how the get_info.net API can return information on all properties, methods, events, or on a specific property, method, event, etc. When an event on the form has been triggered, your commuter module can handle it as shown in the highlighted code here. Note that different types of events will return different information. This information can be found in the pass parameter. When the user clicks the OK button, capture the currently selected dates and close the form. This is done using the code on the screen here. In addition, I added some size code so that the .NET control sizes with the form to display multiple months. There's a couple of areas, but the main code down here is resize me. This means that the screen will display as per the image in the quick start guide rather than just 1 month. So that's the commuter module. Once we've actually got that completed, then we can go to the forms designer and we can create a new form. Now, I've already created a form which I'm going to look at now. Let's just move the menu bar out of the way. So we create the new form. It doesn't need to be data bound, and we add an OLE control to the form. We name it .NET and set the text to be RevDotNet.Invoker. If you double click on the control itself to open up the events, then we need to set the OLE quick event to execute a procedure, calling our commuter module and passing in the parameters required. In addition, I've added an OK button as per the Quick Start Guide, and again on the click event we call the same commuter module with the parameters, and obviously our commuter module knows how to behave once we run that quick event. Now, in addition to the Quick Start Guide, I have also set a couple of events on the window, and those events are the create event, and again I call the commuter module. That way it shows the calendar when the form runs. If you don't set this event, then obviously you don't see a calendar. And also remember, I put in some size code, so our size quick event, again execute a procedure, and we're executing the commuter module, passing in the parameters. And this basically just makes sure that when we size the form, the control behaves accordingly. Okay, so once we've done all of that, we can then simply run the form. And this is our form, and we've got our .NET control, and as we resize the form, it's resizing accordingly. So that's how easy it is to use a .NET control within an OpenInsight application. The form and the commuter module are available for your reference in 9.1. You need to look at the RevShow form and the RevShow_commuter_module using the system editor. I hope that you found this video of the Quick Start manual useful. You can download the full RevDotNet Quick Start Guide from either the RevUS website. It's also linked on the UK website. And if you navigate to revsoft.co.uk, go to the developers area, tutorials, and you'll see the OpenInsight RevDotNet Quick Start Guide noted there. You can download that and then work through that in your own time. I'd just like to thank you for your time, and I hope you found this video useful. Goodbye.